Excellencies, members of the media, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, we have had a very good discussion on bilateral issues between our two sisterly countries. Everybody knows that Ethiopia and Israel has a long-standing relationship that goes back to the millennia, and we want to bring this strong relationship to the next high level. We engaged bilaterally on issues that benefit our two countries. And one of the most important issues we discussed, and Israel has huge potential and capability in science and technology, and we agreed that we will cooperate on technology transfer between our two countries in terms of building our capacity in Ethiopia. Agriculture is the main stake in Ethiopia, and we want to modernize our agriculture. And Israel has agreed to support us in modernizing our agriculture. And this is one of the main issues. You know, crop production as well as livestock development in Ethiopia is one of the main issues of my government. And the Israeli Prime Minister has agreed to support us in building our capacity and bringing technical expertise, not only Ethiopia and Israel, but in trilateral issues together with some other countries like Germany. We have already signed agreement between Israel, Ethiopia, and Germany in this regard. And same example can be cited that we have signed agreement with Italy on modernizing our health system. So I think we want to bring this relationship to the next high level. The second issue we discussed is on security and peace. Israel is capable of many issues on cybersecurity, and Ethiopia has agreed to work very closely with Israel in cybersecurity issues. And our capacity building program also will extend to this level as well. We want to modernize our government functions, and e-government and IT is also one of the areas we wanted to work. We have extensive health extension system at the village level. Israel has the best village level IT-based health system that emulated to and of course customized to the Ethiopian situation. And we agreed also to cooperate in this area. Tourism is immense potential in Ethiopia. Ethiopian government has recently started to transform our tourism sector. Everybody knows that Israel is one of the places where the global community visits frequently, and they have a robust tourism system. And we want to develop our tourism sector together with the government of Israel, and as well as investment from Israel. Apart from this, we also agreed that we have to bring about transformation and investment and trade between our two countries. I am very much thankful to the Prime Minister, taking together with him 70 renowned Israeli companies, and we'll be having a business forum together with our Ethiopian counterparts. And this will boost our capability in production, and we are glad that Israeli investors are very keen to invest in my country, and we want to deepen this relationship. Excellencies, we want to cooperate beyond our bilateral cooperation to bring our cooperation into international and multilateral forum. In this regard, we have excellent cooperation in UN. We thank the Prime Minister and his country for supporting us in UN Security Council non-permanent membership contestation. You remember we have won. And their support also for our candidacy for the WHO directorship position. And this shows how strong our relationship is. Ethiopia also will emulate the same friendship to Israel. And our positions, our principal position will continue to support Israel in international forum. In this regard, the Prime Minister has requested Ethiopia to support them in observership position to the African Union. And Ethiopia, as a matter of principle, we see that Israel is working very hard with many African countries. And we have peace and security cooperation, we have development cooperation, we have capacity development to our people in Africa. And there is no reason to deny this observership position for Israel, simply because this relationship is not only one country, it is many of the African countries are working together with Israel. So we want engagement Israel into our African system. Therefore, we take a principled position to engage Israel in our union. This is simply because not only individual countries are engaging, but a collective as the African Union should be engaging. In the Eastern African corridor, we met the day before yesterday in Entebbe. In this meeting, we agreed that the Eastern African countries has huge potential and cooperation with Israel, and we need to engage Israel as an Eastern African bloc. So we, as a matter of principle, we support the request of Israel for observership position in our union. Your Excellency, we want to see Israel and Palestine, two states living side by side, peacefully in a secured environment. So I think that Ethiopian position is very clear that Palestine and their people needs a statehood, and they have to live in peace with Israel. And I think that principled position will continue. I am glad that the Prime Minister has also encouraged us that his government is ready for two-state solution. So thank you for that. And Ethiopia will continue to work together with Palestine as well as with Israel. So, Your Excellency, you have.
Prime Minister, I want to thank you first for your hospitality and the warm reception you've accorded me and my delegation on this visit to Ethiopia. You said in a meeting we've just had with our counterparts, that with our respective delegations, you said something that I think puts a fine point to everything. You said Israel has a special place in Ethiopia, and Ethiopia has a special place in Israel, and that's absolutely true. In fact, it goes back 3,000 years to King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba, and I suggest that we don't wait another 3,000 years to cement this extraordinary relationship. I'm personally very proud to be the first Israeli Prime Minister to visit Ethiopia. I think in over 30 years, we're not waiting even 30 years. We are committed to enhancing our partnership and our friendship in concrete ways. This is not just a one-shot thing. It's not just statements. It is a plan for concrete cooperation in areas that are important for both our peoples. The first and most important one is the one that you raised, which is agriculture, water, livestock, crops, very concrete areas in which you, Prime Minister Ali Mariam, have a great expertise coming from the most elementary element, which is water, and Israel has a great expertise in the same area, but in the other associated fields as well. We want some integrated teams that are working on the government-to-government level, but also the businesses that have created their own abilities in this field, proven abilities in Israel and worldwide, to work with you and Ethiopian companies. This is a commitment, and we're launching this ship, in many ways launching it today with renewed momentum in this meeting of our business people. The second area is the other areas of the digital, which means IT, space, education, digitized medicine, and all the other areas that are opening up, changing the world, in which Israel would like to participate with you as you develop your country and your society. There is, of course, an area that we'd all would have preferred that we wouldn't have to cooperate in, but it's this battle against the forces of terror that are plaguing the continent of Africa, the continent of Europe, the Middle East, the world. And in this, we have acquired, of necessity, skills and expertise that we think are important for our common battle for the triumph of civilization over barbarism. And this is something that we share with other African countries, with many countries now across the world, and I think that the effort to secure our security is something that also connects us together. Finally, I want to say that I'm absolutely delighted with the fact that the cooperation that we have with Ethiopia, the cooperation that we have with so many other African countries is congealing and consolidating for a recognition that all African countries, all of them without exception, can benefit from a renewed cooperation with Israel. I've said before, and I'll say it again, Israel is coming back to Africa, and Africa is coming back to Israel, and we appreciate deeply your support and the support of the East African countries for Israel's return as an observer to the African Union. We believe in Africa. We believe that Africa has vast potential. We'd like to be part of your success story. And I thank you once again for a wonderful meeting, a memorable meeting, I think a historic meeting. Thank you, Prime Minister.
Thank you so much.